This is a 10-minute gentle foam roller mat and body waker routine. You're going to come and have a seat right at the tail edge of the foam roller, putting your tailbone right at the edge, and then lowering yourself back so that your spine lays right down the center of the roller. And you may find that your head doesn't quite fit, in which case you might need to scoot down. Sometimes people put an extra pillow at the end, either on the roller to make their head and neck more comfortable, or off the roller to create a little more length of the roller. From here, you're going to take a moment and just let your spine get used to the idea of the shape of the roller. And notice how it feels to have your body kind of be cracked open a little bit. You feel the space around your ribs is in a slightly different position than if you would be lying on a mat. You feel how your inhale allows your ribs to hug the roller and expand around it. And then your exhale allows you to narrow your belly button to your spine and allows the base of the ribs to even hug the roller a little bit. And again, you'll inhale and feel the length from the tip of your tailbone up to the crown of your head. And on the exhale, you condense a little bit. You gather towards the center line. From here, you're going to reach for weights if you have them. You could also use soup cans. You could use nothing. And you reach both arms to the ceiling. And just allow the weight to settle into your nice straight arms, which settle right into the back of the shoulder joint. You're going to reach both weights up to the ceiling, shrugging your shoulders up, and then you're going to allow your shoulders to come down and your shoulder blades narrow around the foam roller a little bit. Again, reaching up, shrugging the shoulders up, and then coming down and narrowing in. And 3, reach and drop. And 4, reach and drop. And 1 more, lift and drop. And then your palms are going to turn to face each other. And with as little muscular effort as possible, your nice straight arms are going to reach out wide to a T, falling through space, gently to the floor. You feel that length from one hand across the chest to the other hand, and your breathing remains nice and easy. You reach out to the walls and then allow the arms to float back up to their initial position. And we do that again with not a lot of muscular effort, not even in the jaw or the neck. The arms float down to the floor and arrive. You feel how that allows your clavicle bones to open as they relate to your upper arm bones. And you then allow them to float back up to the ceiling. One more time to really set that idea of openness across the chest. No tensing in the biceps, just floating as you let the arms come back up to the ceiling. Then we'll put the weights aside. Palms come down. Arms are sort of in a low V shape, so hands are outside the edges of the mat and palms are down for balance. If you want more balance, the arms might reach wider, creating a wider space that you're covering. From here, we look at the legs. You're going to slide your right leg out long on the mat, away from you, opening across the hip joint, and just noticing how you have to balance with the rest of your body. Then the right leg presses down into the mat as the belly pulls into the spine. Your exhale brings the leg back home. We're going to do the same side again 2 more times. Inhale, opening across the hip joint, sliding the leg away. Exhale, pressing it ever so slightly into the mat as you draw it back home. And 1 more. Inhale, send it away. And the deep exhale brings it back home. Left side, same story. Inhale, send it away. Open across the hip joint and exhale. And again, 2. Inhale, send. And deep exhale. And last one. Inhale, send away. And deep exhale. we take that same feeling of sort of a neutral spine, maybe a flatness from the front of the hip bones to the pubic bone in the front of the low torso. We keep that in place as you now bend at the hip and bring the right knee up to a tabletop position. On an inhale, you'll dip your right toe to the mat, and on an exhale, you drop your belly to your spine and allow the leg to float back up. Again, inhale, the leg goes away. That's the way. Deep exhale brings it back up. You'll feel that your hands, your chest, they play a part here. They help stabilize you and draw you to your center line. And one more. Inhale. And then a deep exhale that allows that leg bone to sink down into the hip socket. Nice work. Other side. Your exhale picks the leg up, and here's your inhale that allows it to come down in space. Do the work in your center first, and then allow the leg to move. And again. Inhale. Deep waist to spine. Exhale. Picks it up. 3 more. Exhale. One idea is to play with pushing the hands into the floor. Another idea is to dome up onto your fingertips and use the hands as little as possible as you're doing these leg movements. Now you're going to reach both legs to a tabletop position. Squeeze the legs towards each other and just balance for a moment. Even as you're balancing here, you're still breathing, drawing your navel to your spine. Your legs have a lot of energy between them, squeezing the inner thighs, and you dome up onto your fingertips. And you can play with now taking some fingertips off of the floor. Could you go down to just one fingertip on both sides? And then what would happen if it were just one fingertip on one side and the other side floated? And even half a count of hang time there counts as a total success, and you can build up to it. And then you could see about both arms being off, again, even if it's just for a count. And you feel how the repercussions of that come down through the torso, right? You feel how your body has to stabilize. You feel how clenching and gripping muscles is really not the answer for staying on a round surface. You have to be ready to change direction, ready to balance and renegotiate at each moment. And then you bring those legs all the way back down. From here, feel your feet connect into the floor. You're not going to move your feet in space, but you're going to traction your heels towards your seat to lengthen the lower half of your torso. Your arms now float up to above your abdominal wall, palms facing down to the floor. And you start pumping vigorously. This is the arms piece of the 100 exercise from the Pilates mat. And it's there to circulate the blood through the whole body. So feel the strength of those pumps as they reach up and down, moving the blood, heating the body. 5 pumps for an inhale and 5 pumps for an exhale. If you feel that your heels tractioning towards your seat gives you good stability, you could play around with lifting your head, looking at your belly button, and increasing the difficulty that way. From there, we're now going to take the hands behind the head, hand over hand at the nape of the neck, curling your body up, and then lengthening it, and almost touching back down, but not quite, to the roller. And inhale, exhale, gather. Inhale, float. Exhale, lengthen it almost all the way down. Inhale, exhale, picks you up. Inhale at the top, exhale, grow longer, and float yourself back down. Don't forget the heels kicking down into the mat, anchoring your lower half as you work this upper half. And it should feel less like heat just under the ribs and more like connecting your upper half into your lower half, like puzzle pieces. You're trying to complete the picture of a unified body. Last one. And then release everything all the way back down. Palms come down to the sides again. And you're going to finish with arch and curl. So you take your lower half of your spine and you curl the spine, pressing the small of your back into the mat, curling your pubic bone up towards the ceiling. And then you do the opposite. You release the tail down, arching your back, emphasizing a little bit of space between your low back and the roller. And again, curling, tucking the tail, and then arching. This could be an inhale. You feel how the inhale picks your ribs and lungs up, and the exhale allows you to condense. And again, inhale and open, and exhale and gather. One more time. Inhale and open, and exhale and gather. And then just release your spine into whatever position it would like to be in. You'll find that it's easiest to just roll off to the side and allow the roller to roll away from you. As you lay on your side, on the mat, just allow your bones to release into the mat for a moment. Feel the heaviness of your head, the heaviness of the 27 vertebrae that run down to your tailbone, and feel how they are awake now, that they've been massaged and pressed and rolled and balanced on and stimulated. When you're ready, you'll roll up to a seated position and find your way all the way up to standing. And you're ready to go for your day.